apologies for that. I'm not sure why it failed there. You're the one Renning Guild sent for. She'll want to speak with you. Her house is just up the way, next to Gruff's Rest.
Katie's house is burning! Hurry! They're both in there! Absolutely. Help! The hut's coming down!
I want to see what that ring is first. Major Spellbind Dominate. Okay. Think I might take that. Oh, damn it. Alright, Haravius. Crouch down to avoid the smoke. Push the beam away. Winter Wind, awesome. Help the woman. Oh, come on! Okay.
Thank the gods, he's alive.
Okay, so I need to get might increased a little bit. Thankfully, I've got... shit, I did in the autosave. Damn it.
You set out for Stalwart.
Oh, wow.
With a whole pack of them.
God damn it.
We can take these bastards!
Come on, let me... There we go. That's the save I wanted. Alright, I know I've got some might increasing
Darzir's
stuff.
fallen! Back to the matron, now!
Okay. Let's see, S-Stock. A Fortitude Ring of Wizardry. Oh, okay. So Alath can use that. Max Endurance, Spell Defense, Deflection. Deflection, Perception, Stealthy Perception. Endurance. Oh, hang on. Endurance, Dexterity, Might. That wouldn't be enough of... Actually, maybe Crafting? 1 Might, 1 Dexterity. Okay, Farmer's Spread. Duke's Own Beef Loaf. I think Adair has that? Yep.
Need something?
Alright, Haravius now has 14 might.
Absolutely.
Hard living in a place like this. It's a wonder anybody stayed at all.
Haravius. Crouch down. Push the beam away. What the hell? Oh, come on!
Lurgulder. Thank the gods he's alive.
Okay, do I have to have 15 then? Or... Okay, I'm gonna have to take a look through all my items, make sure that... Oh boy. Okay. Perception, dexterity, deflection, funding, second chance, resolve perception, so... I'll be able to take that one off. Zealous command bonus. Max endurance, athletic. Actually, what the hell is this athletics? 3. So, actually, that might help. Of Constitution. So, +2 Constitution. Oh, and where's that wizard's ring? I'll try doing that because it might be that... Every worm figurine. Oh, nice! Oop, wrong one. There we go. Oh, actually, give that one to Adair. That to Haravius. Anything else that can temporarily... Defense, Summer Flame... Tanglefoot, Prayer Against Fear, Jolting Touch, Fireball... Potion of Power. Nope. Sure, why not? Move speed, accuracy, Sveff. Okay. So, resave over that one, I hope.
Hard living in a place like this. It's a wonder anybody stayed at all.
Yeah? Certainly. Help! The hut's coming down!
Quick save. There we go. Prop up the beam with another log. There we go. Winter wind. Pry bar. carry her out. Yay! Got them both!
You saved them both.
It took a lot of safe scumming. I was sure that thing was coming down and taking your friend with it. Andres, nice. It's a good thing you got Katie and Lurgolder out. Look like you should... Yeah. Oh, thank God I got them both.
Yeah? Yes?
Don't see the harm. Building's thirsty work. Figured you'd be out of here in a flash after the fighting died down. Most people don't stick around after they figure out the ogres are making regular visits. I would have helped fight them monsters off, you know, if I didn't think I'd just get in the way. And with you there to handle things, everything turned out well enough, didn't it? Don't see why Havrick's still sour at me.
What's this about Havrick?
Oh, Havrick's the innkeeper over at the Grave's Rest. I may have been hiding in the inn when the fighting started. The raid didn't improve his disposition any. Did you know he has a whole case of Fenlin liquor in there? I keep offering to buy it off him, but he says he's saving it up for when the battery's open again. As if we're gonna last that long. Anyhow, he said he'd thrash me up and down the mountain if I didn't leave him be.
You hid away while everyone else risked their lives?
That's, that's what Havrick said, actually. Look, I'm not proud of it, but I'm no warrior. What am I gonna do? Throw a net on them?
And now you're worried about some fancy drink.
They say a single drop changes your life. You'll never want to have a drink of anything else. Probably that's all rubbish, but it's supposed to be very good. It's delusional is what it is. Point of fact, what with you dealing with ogres and everything, maybe you'd...
Oh, bravo. Subtle indeed.
Havrick keeps all the good stock in the inn cellar. Out of sight, you see. I mean, it's bound to be under lock and key, but I'm sure he wouldn't miss a single bottle. Not with everything that's going on.
What does stealing wine for you have to do with fighting ogres?
Well, Havrick can be a little intimidating when it comes to his beverages. But otherwise...
Not interested.
Sure, all right. But if you happen to come...
Yeesh. What an ass. I mean, seriously, what an ass. I mean, here's the thing. Hiding during the attack, I can understand that. Being that concerned with a
If
fucking...
they knew what was good for them, they'd be walking that fiery path instead of warming their hands at it.
But being that concerned about a fucking drink. Whoa! This is kind of... That was very pretty. Let's see. Sound.
Ooh. Still can't feel my fingers. Thought I'd found shelter when I stumbled across this little village. Guessing you did too, huh? As much blood as there was in the streets, I'm lucky the ale's still flowing.
What exactly happened to you?
Thought all the whispers about Durgan's battery were just village superstition. And maybe they are. But I might have been on my guard if I'd listened. I was part of an expedition, hunting for relics from Durgan's battery. And picked up a good haul, too. So it figures that's when the winds pick up and the sky starts dumping snow. We lost sight of the road. Meanwhile, something else found us. Took Liam out before we even realized we were surrounded. And then we see him coming out of the snow. These little four-armed wilder. Lagufoth, they're called. Quick little bastards. Francesca and I held them off as long as we could, but when they filled her full of darts, I turned tail and ran. Found my way here and thanked my luck for escaping the Lagufoth. Then come to find out that this town's got an ogre problem.
Sorry to hear about your friends.
That's a kind sentiment. I'll mourn them when I get home. But I've got to retrieve our haul if I'm to have any hope of that. I need to get those artifacts. Not that I'm in any shape to go after them myself. But I can't afford to return to Defiance Bay without something to show for my expedition.
You might want to avoid Defiance Bay.
But you've got your own expedition to the battery, don't you? While you're out there, maybe you could look for my goods. Whatever's left of them. I'll give you a cut for anything you bring back, of course. I ain't asking for charity. I just can't afford to go home empty-handed.
Tell me what you're looking for.
Like I said, we were treasure hunting near Durgan's battery when we were ambushed. What else do you want to know?
Okay. Why are these relics so important to you?
We took out several loans to pay for our trip out here. I'm gonna have trouble if I don't pay them back.
I can't help but think that, like, she's got an addiction of some sort.
What's left of it should be near Durgan's battery. If you stumble across the Lagufoth, you'll know you're close. Just that it's been locked up tight for 200, which means that any trinkets from inside fetch a nice price. Sorry, I'm more...
Owena! Go check on that Orland. Make sure he don't steal nothing. Never seen such a bloodbath. Feels like we got half the town's survivors in here just drinking to forget it. But you must be looking for some refreshment, too, after the way you handled them ogres. Or perhaps a room. Say the word and I'll give that shifty little Orland the boot.
Say the word to me, and I'll give this drooling idiot a shredding so vigorous he won't know what hole does what anymore. What, Orland?
Showed up a few days ago. Sticks his nose out of the back room just long enough to empty his chamber pot. Up to no good, I tell you. I'd like nothing more than to see him gone, but I don't want a ruckus over it.
What makes you so sure he's trouble?
We get our share of lowlifes coming through here. Smugglers, fugitives, Kith looking to avoid the sharp eye of the law. Way he's keeping to himself. Well, honest Kith sure don't have cause for it. I'd appreciate it. And I suppose I don't need to remind you that I don't want you to hurt him. I'm sure you can find a more discreet.
Theft. I don't want to be tempted on this one.
Excuse me, was there something you need?
Aleph. Okay.
Not to be rude, but I'm rather busy. Can't you get another room?
Is he a godlike? As one hides something, his mind is a maze of fear. Hefrig sent me to check on you. He dislikes Orland, so of course he thinks you're up to something.
He... what? Oh no. No.
Can't imagine why he'd think a thing like that.
Is she there? Did you see her?
Who are you talking about?
Devala. That woman. The slaver, she...
Oh.
I was a slave in Raid Ceres.
That would do it.
I ran away. Made it here. The mountains are usually the best place to lose slavers, but Devala's one of the best.
I'm so sorry. Can I help?
I just want to get out of here. I've scraped together enough money to reach New Haelmar.
New Haelmar? That's hardly an improve... I mean, it's lovely. You'll love it.
But the locals talk about a Raid Saren party, camped west of town. It's got to be Devala. She's been after me since the foothills. I'll pay you if you can get rid of her. I don't care how.
I'll do it.
Thank you. But...
well, that would certainly explain why he's so shifty.
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you? Nothing like
Cute. Oh, okay. I'm now kicking myself.
Farewell.
I did not realize that you could manage the party while right there. God damn it. And I really do like this song that they've got going in here. Wait a minute. Okay, I've got that one. That's why. Yep, Sagani has a level up. Accurate wounding shot. Sure. So let's see, I can now get a helmet on. Hate to say it, but I think I'm gonna be going with that. Actually, shit. It kind of works on her better. And yeah, Sagani I think is a good pick for up in this area, seeing as it's similar environment anyway to where she came from. Keyword being similar. Oh, Renengild's house. So glad for safe scumming, though. You see a middle-aged woman and a younger man locked in an argument. Both wear clothes streaked with blood and dirt. The young man turns to the woman, a fresh cut visible below his eye.
They've destroyed the stockade, Mother. It's...
Enough. They're gone.
She holds up a hand which is missing the final joint of the ring finger, but it's her voice, sharp and steely, that silences the young man. As he glowers at his toes, she turns to you with dark circles under her eyes and a smile pulled taut across her thin lips.
Ah, the champion of Defiance Bay. Must have been a long journey.
Apparently my reputation precedes me.
Well, I'm sure you wagered on a more civilized welcome. Still, we're much obliged for your capable intervention.
It was no trouble. I'm here to help however I can.
Then perhaps you can help us find something. Stalwart isn't much more than a grease stain on a map. What roads we've got in the White March are basically tracks in the snow. And for every trader or adventurer that comes through, 3 of our own leave for good. But it weren't always so. There was a time when kings and queens sent their firstborn to these mountains, when the White March was the envy of empires.
What an era that must have been for White March.
The Pargrin dwarves transformed the White March once. We could bring some of that greatness back to Stalwart. But we need the White Forge.
I know of it.
Then you'll know that no one's felt as much as a summery breeze from the White Forge for over 200 years. I'm hoping you can do something about that.
Been a while since I worked at the forge.
I'm not asking you to work the White Forge. I want you to find it. We've been
the
trying to
laborer
reach
background.
Durgan's battery for over a year now. Problem is, the other expeditions can't so much as dent the front door.
Why the sudden interest in the White Forge?
We're an old mining town. Or we were until the Adirans pulled out and left us with a half-dug mine shaft and something resembling an inn. Since then, it's been a steady decline. You've seen the roads. Isn't much we can produce that the Valians can't ship cheaper. But the White Forge... well, if we could fire it and start producing Durgan steel, or something close to it, wouldn't matter if we're in the White March or the Living Lands, business would come.
Tell me about these other expeditions.
A dozen different groups have come through at our request, and several more besides. Been hoping that one of them could clear the way through Durgan's battery. But young or old, green or seasoned, it don't seem to matter. They cast their spells, chisel at the door, and search the grounds until they've worn new treads into the old stone.
Well, seeing as I can see souls...
the lucky ones eventually go home. Plenty more find themselves on the wrong side of a blizzard, or an ogre raiding party.
And that's why you need my help.
That's the long and short of it. We're laborers and fisherfolk, not adventurers. But Durgan Steel could put Stalwart on the map again. Open up the mines, bring in new business. We just need the White Forge.
Why is Durgan steel so special?
Because you can shave stone with it, cleave cast iron in two, and the stuff's as rare as it is remarkable.
If you had a suit of armor made out of that, then people would get tired of trying to stab you after a while and just give up.
If we could make something even half as good, we'd have a market at our doorstep and work enough for all of Stalwart.
Including her shiftless son. How is it no one's gotten into Durgan's battery yet? Or actually, what happened to the battery?
It don't bear dwelling on. There's too many superstitions about that place as it is.
Killed each other off. Or so the old books say.
Thank you.
Plenty of tales to go around, but none of them opened the battery. And the last thing people need is another reason to fear the place.
Hey, eyes open.
Whatever it was, the other Pargrin dwarven settlements in the White March, Bone Picker, the Hawk, and the rest, emptied out not long after, moved to gentler, greener lands.
Yeah, I prefer to know as much as possible
the right
before.
idea, if you ask me.
Tell me about the Pargrin dwarves.
Pargrin's a word in their language.
Pargrin.
Means traveler. They've been wanderers for generations, but I couldn't tell you much more.
How is it no one's gotten into the battery yet?
Where should I start? Ogres, blizzards, or sheer damned inaccessibility? It ain't for lack of trying, I'll tell you that much. Got untold riches in Durgan steel lying just inside, and never mind the White Forge itself.
I just realized, I thought that was something hanging down. That is a huge freaking book. I mean, that goes from her hip down to her knee.
The Adirans who first settled Stalwart tried to crack it. So did the Valians, and every other cocky adventurer with more metal than sense. But the place has a funny way of sealing itself up. Front door stays shut, the tower entrances are clogged with rubble, and it's been impossible to blast a way in.
I don't see why you need the White Forge to make good steel.
Finally, someone talking sense.
Durgan steel wasn't just good. It was some of the best. We need the best if we're gonna keep Stalwart alive. No one alive today has seen the White Forge, but the old stories tell that it was powerful, glowed white-hot, and gave off a steady, even heat, unlike any other furnace. Let better-schooled folk puzzle over how the thing was built. I just want to see it put to
Where I
use.
should begin?
The battery's up the mountain to the north, a good hike away.
Near Galvino's place, huh?
So it is. Though I was going to suggest dealing with that ogre camp before anything.
Who's Galvino?
Mestre Galvino, as the old crosspatch prefers it, lives by himself and keeps the wilder and beasts at bay through sheer foulness of his temper.
She means to say he's a skilled smith and animancer, who's lived in the shadow of Durgan's battery for over a decade.
I'd say that's worth mentioning.
And he butters his bread on both sides and fits his left shoe before his right. But that's neither here nor there.
I see.
Ain't nobody here fond of the man, but he's a clever hand and a quick study. It's a fool who thinks he stayed so close to the battery without
You said as much to the last party, and we haven't seen hide nor hair of him since. Maybe they didn't. Just watch your step.
Tell me about the ogre
Galvino's
camp.
place is a ways east of the belongs to Flames That Whisper, Matron Baragon's clan. Hunters tell me they've been active of late.
hunting elk and otherwise minding their own damn business.
Minding their own business. Never mind the latest expedition's disappearance, or the broken stockade.
I'm saying we shouldn't agitate him further.
What does this matron have to do with anything?
The brawl outside was just the latest patch of trouble. The ogre clans are getting bolder, and we'll all sleep easier knowing they aren't circling our walls. Also, Baragons like to have whatever the last expedition found. Rumor has it they disappeared near her turf.
Killing a matron will only make our problems worse. The way to approach Baragon is with your hands held high.
If anyone could parley with an ogre, I suppose it'd be you.
Yeah, true.
But they aren't known for their patience with prattle. Good. Before you leave town, stop by the Grave's Rest. Most visitors to Stalwart spend some time there, so have... Any luck with Durgan's battery?
Okay, I'm gonna... Let's see, I know there's one for Okay, so I need a foodstuff for perception. But which one was it? +1 perception. And that would get me up to the 14 I needed for that, I believe.
I'm here.
Any luck with Durgan's battery? Mestre.
She mean...
And he butters
Here
his
we
bread
are.
on both sides and fits his left shoe before his right. But that's neither here nor there.
You seem flustered all of a sudden. Did he do something to anger you?
Me and the rest of the town. He knows better than to linger at our gates.
What happened with him?
Old lunatic finally went too far. And we sent word to the Valiant Academies. I don't like speaking on it, but if you want to get his guff, just remind him that we gave him the boot. What's on your mind? Who? Sorry, last expedition I met disappeared weeks ago. Didn't give any name. Don't mean the Sfeara weren't part of an expedition, though. We get groups passing by sometimes. What's on your mind? The Pargrin dwarves guarded it like a mother. What's on your mind? Adir founded us back in their colonial days to supply ore to the Empire. Saw a fair bit of traffic from both sides of the White March then. But after the Deerwood claimed independence, Defiance Bay found cheaper places to get ore. Didn't have much reason to maintain our supply routes.
Isn't Stalwart part of Deerwood?
Officially. Though with the state the roads are in, you wouldn't guess it.
What do you do here?
I'm the mayor. Or so I'm reminded every time there's a game shortage, ogre attack, or a neighborly dispute. I'm a builder by trade, though. Traveled all over Air Glonfoth and the Deerwood in my younger days, but ended up back here anyway. Here in the center? Let's see. The Grave's Rest is next door. Hafric can set you up with a room and a hot meal there. The fishery's just on the edge of the lake, and the Temple of Andra is next to it. No one keeps a secret like Lavda. Or so I'm told. A few folk live in this part of town, too. Seemed a lot safer before the ogres broke through the western gate. Thiersch lives next to the old mine shaft. And Tana, the old mine overseer, is next door to me. What's on your mind? They didn't volunteer much, and I knew better than to ask. I've seen all types charging through here. Professional companies with... But these folk... I don't know what they were after.
Shit, it's the leaden key.
Made you feel cold all over. Wish I could tell you more. What's on your mind?
Oh.
Something else you need?
Earlier, you said I should make peace with Matron Berrigan.
About the only thing folk here haven't tried. Killing one more matron won't change things for long. Besides, her clan's flames that whisper. The one that attacked us was Wolf with many mouths. I'd know him anywhere.
They're cut from the same cloth, Aldrich. Only a matter of time before Berrigan marches through that gap in our walls.
You seem to disagree with Renegild on quite a few matters.
Mother's convinced that a magic forge will turn this frozen crack into a hub of civilization. She can't accept this place is dying.
This is your home. You can't just give up on it.
Give up on what? There's nothing here.
Know anything about Durgan's Battery?
It's a fool's hope. A fantasy that's kept these parts inhabited longer than they should be. They say the Pargrunan dwarves developed Durgan's steel, became powerful, rich, and then one day, they locked their doors and died. Nothing like a mystery to stir folk up. Most of Stalwart is convinced that some Pargrin secret will save us all. But that don't stop them from whispering a prayer when they pass the old fortress.
What do you do here?
I'm a carpenter. Mother's a builder. So it felt like a good fit at the time.
Keyword being at the time.
Not that we've got a lot of new folk to build houses and furnishings for. These days, I spend most of my time fixing up the stockade.
Well, that's definitely a good amount of practice you're getting. Alrighty. Wait, did Haravius level up? It almost looks like he leveled up.
Been looking everywhere for you. I'd be glad to.
Tildor. Yep, Haravius did level up. Am I hearing that music faintly? What la... 10th. Okay. Boy, that is haunting. Oop. There we go. The man is sweating despite the cold. He opens his mouth to speak, but all that comes out is a loud hacking cough. He bends forward, bracing his hands on his thighs while he heaves and gasps. Oh, Hayfrick's fault. Damn fool sent me to the other side of town, looking for you. Pleasure to meet you. I'm the, captain of the militia around here. Really? I didn't see you during the ogre attack. See, I was, guarding the Grave's Rest. Someone had to make sure those ogres didn't burn it down like they did Katie's house. Damn shame, that. I wanted to catch you before you went running off into the wilds. See, there's a few dangerous folk you might be on the lookout for. Plus, if you're heading out to Longwatch Falls, I thought you might could pick up a thermal pearl for me. Such a thermal pearl? Lagothoth. What is a thermal pearl? They cure scurvy. Like I said, the pearls in one of the thermal pools near. Tell me more about Longwatch Falls. East of Stalwart. Is that something about dangerous folk in the wilderness? Oh, I was trying to figure out, like... For some reason I wasn't getting any volume there. Oh, lovely. would before all that murder and mayhem in Defiance Bay. Mistla. Yeesh. Alright. Oh, okay. Very compact, actually. And yeah, I'm thinking deal with the matron first, but I will rest before that. And then east, let's see, you've got Lagerthoth out there, so presumably, let's see. Andred and Bertwin. Hey there, good timing. You can watch me trounce Bertwin. Used to play a game like this in Masuk. Good fun until someone loses a finger. Once, Andred, you won once. You're playing games? What about the ogre attack? What? We won, didn't we? That is, you won, really. We just lived through it. We're not risking the roads just yet with the ogre still out there. So we're stuck here. Yeesh! What are you playing? Orland's Head. That's what they call it anyhow. Smooth. You picked a card. Sounds boring. I know a game that's much more entertaining. It's called Dear Wooden's Penis. Poor Heravius. His entire race just gets shit on every step. That's a little tasteless. Hey, I didn't name it. Don't take it so serious. Not like we're using a real Orlan. Aim for the ears. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, I think I'll call it quits for now because I do need to... Well, a couple hours anyway. Yeah, calling it a quits for now because I do have to get some stuff done around the house before heading into... Not work, it's like just to get familiarized with the new office. But anyway, I will see you all later, and in the meantime, have a nice day.